We expect to hear the same old empty rhetoric from the regime here today. It will rehash the same tired arguments, blaming sanctions in the West for all their problems.
The Israeli occupation and the policies of the countries supporting it are the main reason for instability in our region. This begs the question, why? Because some states in this council have been doing their utmost to serve the Israeli occupation and to prolong it. They are harnessing their capabilities to cover up the massacres and the aggression by occupation authorities. Every time the international public opinion thinks that it has witnessed the highest level of brutality and barbarism, the occupation authorities go further and escalate their barbaric methods, reassured that in this council there is a permanent member state that has chosen to stand on the wrong side of history and to prevent any serious and decisive action to stop the aggression, save lives, and alleviate the suffering. The unlimited and multifaceted support of the US administration has enabled the occupation authorities to escalate their aggression and increase the frequency of their attacks on the territories of my country, Syria. To date, the humanitarian response plan is funded at 26%, and we're nearing the end of the year. All these factors are in place, and then American occupation forces are plundering wheat, are plundering Syrian resources, are plundering Syrian wealth. Regarding what the American representative has stated, he expressed his concern over Syrians in Lebanon and the returnees. The solution is available if the US administration was honest, but it is not. The solution is for the US administration to stop its engagement in killing civilians in Palestine, Lebanon, and Syria, and to stop arming the Israeli killing machine, and enable the Security Council to fulfill its responsibility in maintaining international peace and security in the region. The US administration should have ended its illegal presence if it was really concerned over Syrians, and stop collective punishment targeting Syrians, and to stop plundering national resources. But, of course, the issues of human rights and international law, these are just ways for political manipulation and extortion used by US administration to target certain countries. We have seen how it silenced professors and students at US universities when they protest peacefully to demand a stop to the genocide in Palestine and to stop the crimes of the Israeli entity, when they demanded upholding international law that is taught at these different US universities. Day after day, we're witnessing how US representatives in this council and outside this council are competing to defend the genocide perpetrated by Israel and the horrific crimes and the targeting of civilian infrastructure, homes, peaceful civilians. All these horrific crimes are being defended. So he's not fooling anyone with the statement that has been just made by the US representative. Madam President, the terrorism that Syria has been facing remains a form of Israeli aggression against Syria and an extension of the terrorism inflicted upon the Palestinian people by the occupation authorities and settler gangs. In a familiar pattern, this is not new to us, the Israeli assaults on my country have been accompanied by a noticeable increase in the crimes and attacks of terrorist groups operating in the northwest of Syria, which are listed on your council's sanctions list, along with their affiliated entities and groups. These attacks have targeted neighboring areas as well. My country, Syria, emphasizes its right and duty to eliminate terrorism and to dry up its sources. It holds the US administration and its allies fully responsible for investing in terrorism and using it as a tool to serve its interests and the interests of the Israeli occupation entity, and for the crimes committed by terrorist groups against Syrians, including women, girls, and children. My country warns that these policies and attempts to whitewash and polish the image of terrorist groups increase the risks of spreading extremist ideology, and amplify the gravity of the threat posed by terrorism to the security and stability of Syria, the region, and the world.